In the first episode, we have seen how to install Node.js on your machine. In this episode, we are going to get started with Angular. So first, we are going to install Angular CLI, and then we will create a project with it. And then we are going to install VS Code, which is the editor. You can choose any other editor, and we can see how to run some files in VS Code. Finally, we are going to set up some development environment with Angular project. Okay, I'm going to install Angular CLI now. I have already included this page in the description. So let's go to this page and copy global command. Open your terminal and let's check what is the node version that we are using. We are using 18 and the npm version is 9. Let's copy the command here, and it actually installs Angular CLI on a globally on your machine. So that means you can use ng command anywhere on your machine. So let's type ng help, so that it will give you a lot of options. Like there are so many options here: ng cache, ng completion, ng analytics, ng build. So there are so many things that you can do with this command line tool. Let's clear and let's. So now we have installed Angular CLI globally on our missions. Now let's go ahead and create a new project. So I'm going to name this project as to-do app. Yep. So it is asking some basic questions like whether we need auto completion for the shell or not. You can give yes or no, it's up to you. I'm going to put yes here, and then it actually asks whether we can send usage data. No. Then whether we need to add Angular routing or not. So I'm going to add some pages, so I'm going to say yes. And there are so many options which CSS module that we are using in our project. There are so many options here. Let's use CSS for now. And let's hit, and it is going to create a lot of files like gitignore, angular.json, package.json, tsconfig. So there are so many files. So I'm going to go over all these files later, but it actually creates the whole project. So the command line interface is nothing but it actually initializes, develops, scaffold, and maintain Angular applications directly from the command line. So that's why now it already created the whole project. Let's clear this, and I'm going to start this application. Let's see how to start. Let's go and look at how to start this application. Yeah, obviously you need to go into the directory, to-do app directory, where the package.json resides. Then let's look at yes, ngserve. So ngserve is the command which actually runs the Angular application on your machine. Let's go ahead and see what exactly it says. So it is saying it actually builds and serves your application, and also it rebuilds if you change any file. So let's go ahead and do ngserve here. Yep, it actually builds, and also it actually gives you the URL as well. So it is actually running on port 4200. Let's copy that URL and open another tab and hit it. Yep, your first Angular application is running on your browser on port 4200. So in this section, we are going to install VS Code, which is the editor. You can install any editor of your choice, like Atom or anything else. There are so many editors. So let's put the VS Code in the Google Chrome or any browser and go to the download page and let's download it. So there are so many advantages using any editor, because it is very difficult to write code in the notepad or any and also when your code base is very large, it is very difficult to actually write without any syntax errors. And these editors will have some IntelliSense where when you are actually writing the code, it actually gives you all the Node.js functions or any. I mean, if you, I mean, it will help you a lot and it will make your life very easy. So now we have VS Code installed. Let's open by double clicking it and let's see what are the options that we have here. There are so many options you can actually try, but I want to show you one option which I like. So if you go to the preferences and go to the theme, so that you can actually see, you can actually change the theme of the whole editor. As you can see, you can change. There are so many themes here. You can actually select any theme, and the whole editor will change accordingly. So now there are so many extensions. You can actually download those extensions as well. But now let's see. Let's create a file called index.js. And let's add some console statement. Let me make it bigger so that you can actually see this. Now, when you click Control plus take, it actually opens the terminal in the VS Code itself. So now you can the terminal is opened, and you can actually let's run this index.js. Yep, the output is hello world now. So okay, we have installed VS Code and we have created an Angular project, and let's see how we can use this together. Now let's import the Angular project that we created into the VS Code. So once you import that project into the VS Code, so you can yeah, let's trust this. Okay, so you can actually see the whole project structure for the Angular application is created by the CLI. You don't have to add any files. I mean, everything that needs to be built or that needs to be run, everything is created by Angular CLI. So if you look at package.json here, in the package.json, you have the whole information. So for example, the start command will point to ngserve, build command is pointing to ngbuild, and you have a watch command as well. You can watch with the different environments. You can watch the files with the different configurations. We will look at it later. And then here is the module file. Your entire Angular application is divided into modules, and here is the first module. In this first module, the app component is the file you need to look at it. If you look at the line number 16, bootstrap, that is the important thing here. So whichever component that you give there, that is the first component that is actually loads in the browser when you run the application. So as you can see, the whole HTML is actually placed in the app component.html here. Let's stop the server and let's run the application from the VS Code itself. Let's hit npm start, and it will actually create the build and it will start the project, and it actually starts the project on port 4200. Now let's look at it. Let's see if we change anything. Let's see how Angular CLI interacts with the browser directly. Let's change something in the app component.html. Let's search for the resources. Yep, let's add something here. I'm going to add modified and save it. As you notice, as soon as you save it, it actually appears on the browser.